Thank you, Whip Park. So let me say first that I am so disappointed to have to speak on this topic today, on the cusp of our last day of the 2024 legislative session, about how, once again, Georgia Republicans have denied patients the care and protection that they deserve. So as a practicing physician and as a lawmaker, I cannot fathom the degree of moral cowardice and political self-interest that continues to drive Republicans away from doing what is right. I think we are all the sum total of the choices that we make. And this session, yet again, Georgia Republicans chose to look at patients in need with an obvious solution in reach, and they chose to do nothing. At the end of session, each of us has to go back to our districts, and each of us has to go back to our regular jobs. I will have to return to the hospital to care for patients who need our help. Many of them will have health insurance, but some of them do not. Not having health insurance, of course, does not mean they do not require health care. All it means is that the health care they receive will be delayed. It means that they will be sicker by the time they get to me. It means they will have more comorbidities, and it means that they will have poorer outcomes. And they will not be able to afford the care that they, nonetheless, cannot avoid. Tell me how I'm supposed to explain it to them, why, as a legislature, we once again chose to ignore them. Tell me how to explain to them that our Republican majority legislature wants them to delay receiving care for cancer, heart disease, COPD, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, hypertension, mental health conditions, and medical emergencies for at least another year, because the more important thing than taking care of patients and taking care of families is to avoid embarrassing Governor Kemp. And the worst of it is that Republicans actually know better, right? Over the past few months, I've had so many conversations, as have everyone on this call, with our Republican colleagues, dozens and dozens of Republican members who have told me privately and publicly that they recognize unavoidably that full Medicaid expansion must be the way forward for our state. And that while they now find themselves fighting in a partisan monster of their own creation, it is unavoidable to anyone with any sort of moral core to see that this can no longer be a partisan issue, but a practical, fiscally responsible, ethically clear inevitability. How they can know this and still be able to walk away from this hope, this expectation that we've built up, and say, well, maybe we'll try again next year. That is beyond my comprehension. Because some of those waiting for healthcare coverage might not have a next year to wait for. And frankly, some of us might not have a next year either. Every single day we spend in the legislature, we see people making the calculation about how to gain and hold on to the majority. It's no mystery that this has had a huge effect on our Republican majority's abandonment of uninsured Georgians, as every decision they make seems to be weighed against its enhancement or detraction from that majority hold on power. But what is the point of having that power if you cannot use it for such a clear and powerful good? You ran for office. You chose to lead. Why are you still so afraid? What are you waiting for? You fight to hold on to the majority so that you have the ability to act. You hold on to the majority so that you have the power to do what you think is right. And if you cannot do that, please consider why you deserve to hold that majority at all.